it's Jordan again, and for today I want to read you a Jesus Calling devotional by Sarah Young. This is August 22nd's devotional. Trust me and don't be afraid. I want you to view trials as exercises designed to develop your trust muscles. You live in the midst of fierce spiritual battles, and fear is one of Satan's favorite weapons. When you start to feel afraid, affirm your trust in me. Speak out loud if circumstances permit. Resist the devil in my name, and he will slink away from you. Refresh yourself in my holy presence. Speak or sing praises to me, and my face will shine radiantly upon you. Remember that there is no condemnation for those who belong to me. You have been judged not guilty for all eternity. Trust me and don't be afraid, for I am your strength, song, and salvation. Now, as the daughter of someone who has taught aerobics classes for 30 years, the trust muscles section is something that caught both my attention and my mom's attention. So it's a beautiful Jesus calling from start to finish, but that's the one area that I'm going to spend probably most of our time on today, because that's just near and dear to my heart, being my mother's daughter. So a few points that I thought of when it comes to that is, I just love that parallel, first of all. Gaining trust muscles. I had never thought of it like that, like it's an actual exercise that gains, that grows your trust muscle. The first thing that I thought of, though, when I think of exercising, it hurts. That's the first thing that I think of when it comes to exercising. It's not comfortable. Growing muscles it's not fun. It hurts. I know that because I've done just a couple of the moves in my mom's class, and I walk away going, oh my gosh, that better have done something, because that was incredibly painful. In the best way possible, of course. But it's the same thing with the trials in life and the exercising of our trust muscles. It's not going to be comfortable. It's going to hurt. I mean, it's going to hurt a lot. Anyone who's been through a trial or a quote-unquote exercise knows that it pushes you out of your comfort zone. It's something that you would rather not experience, because it doesn't feel good to have that stretched, to have that exercised. But at the same time, the second point that I thought of is, if you trust your instructor, the person who's designed the exercises for you and is putting you through them, if you trust that person, then you can push through it, because you know that in the end it's going to be for your own good, and you know that it's going to have a benefit in the end, and it's something that the instructor designed for you, specifically for you, because they knew that you could do it, because they knew that you would in the end, it was in the end the right move. It was painful for a while, but in the end the right thing to do. And God, obviously, being our instructor in this, in this metaphor, he's putting us through exercises and through the things that strengthen those muscles. We can trust him in those things. Because just like when I know that Tracy says to do an exercise that's not gonna necessarily feel good, I know that she's designed it and she's told me that that's the one that we're gonna do together, because she knows that I can do it, and she knows that it'll strengthen me and it'll be beneficial to me in the end. So in the same way, it's the same with God. God knows that this is gonna be a difficult exercise, a difficult challenge. It's gonna be painful, but in the end, he knows that it's going to be for our good and for his glory. And that's something that we can really rest in when we're in the middle of those exercises. We can just say, do I trust the instructor? Do I trust the one who gave me this assignment, this exercise? Do I trust him to work it out for the best? Do I trust that he's growing me in this and strengthening me in this? And we know that we can trust him in the middle of those times. So let that be an encouragement to you if you're in the middle of one of those trust exercises, that God is going to use this to strengthen you and build you and make you more into his image. And the third thing is that he's with you in it. He's with you in it. I know that Tracy's going to be right beside me doing the exercises, right along with me. Much better form than I have, but that's another story. And I know that God is going to be in those with me as well. He feels everything that we feel. He's been human. He knows exactly what we're going through. He's facing it with us. He's walking with us step by step. He's carrying us when we can't go any further. He is with you in this. He's feeling it with you. And let that just be an incredible comfort, that the God who created this exercise for us knows exactly how we feel about it, knows how difficult or painful it is, but he's walking with us. And I believe that if we could speak to him, if he were sitting right here and he could talk to us about it, he would say that very thing. He would say, just keep going. Just keep going. I know that it hurts, but just keep going. He would give us that motivation, right? So let's look for him giving us that motivation, because we know that he does. He might not be able to sit right here and say it, like a person could, and he's giving us that motivation, and he's pushing us on, and he's encouraging us, and he's letting us know that these exercises, they do have an end. And when the end comes, we will see everything that they were for, everything that they were meant to do. We'll get such a perspective, and we'll get such clarity when we reach heaven. And that might be the first end to it. It might not have an earthly end to this exercise, an earthly end to this challenge. But when we reach heaven, we will reach the end of it, and we will see exactly where all the pieces fit, and exactly how that exercise strengthened us and gave us things that we probably didn't even realize that it was giving us. And I hope that helps you maybe just to see it a little bit differently. And just another thing that I will say, not in the trust muscles area, but later on in the Jesus Calling, where it says to speak out loud if circumstances permit, affirm your trust in him. Let me tell you, I did that just the other day with something. I literally just sat there, I closed my eyes, I said, I trust you, over and over again. That works. Let me encourage you to do that if you're going through something or you're feeling extra anxious. That works. I'm just telling you that if we just affirm our trust in him verbally, I honestly, I tried it and I wasn't sure what would happen, but it really did help. So I want to encourage you to do that as well. So I hope that overall that this vlog encouraged you that, God is a perfect instructor, and that God knows exactly what exercises he's designed for us and he's putting us through. And in the end, our trust muscles, our faith muscles will not only be strengthened, but they will be to a point where they will be grown and we will become more in the image of Christ, and that's our ultimate goal. All right, God is good all the time.